So they're selling a bunch of mad honey online, but is that real or is a lot of it phony baloney?
It's hard to say, and you know, that's the trouble I had even when I was there. And luckily, I had a fixer, a local producer who I could really trust, and he said it's a real deal, and I trust him. As soon as I tried it, I felt something like, you know, I felt it in my throat. I felt. Did you feel your face get a little bit warm or flush? No. Or maybe you didn't take enough.
Maybe. Hopefully.
But hopefully.
I don't know if this is the place, but madhoney.net says 1 to 3 tablespoons.
But
and then
please read carefully. Each of us is unique. Our body chemistry, genetics, tolerance, lifestyle, and environment makes us all very different for every person. Finding the appropriate mad honey amount is a personal, individual process, and as such, there is no one-size-fits-all dose.
Like edibles.
Yeah, like edibles. Jamie can eat edibles all day long.
Yeah, I could probably have the whole jar.
Yeah, you should try it.
I don't think so.
I'm going to leave it here. I have 2 jars. I have one in my suitcase. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And maybe I'll find this perfect ratio, and it'll be the perfect sleeping aid. But I do think there's probably a lot of bullshit online, because how hard would it be to take this, mix it with 10 gallons of honey, and be like, yeah, it's mad honey. Whatever, put a little red dye in there.
Yeah, our friend, the beekeeper, Erica, what's her last name? Sorry, no worries. We had a local beekeeper on recently. It was really fascinating, very interesting conversation. And she was saying that a lot of honey that you buy, particularly honey from overseas, is not really honey. It's like partly honey, but they mix it in with corn syrup, and it's just to make it cheap.
I think most
Erica
of the,
Thompson.
just like maple syrup, I think most of the honey in the U.S. is that like corn syrup.
Most of it? Really?
I think so. But that's based on fucking nothing. That's just my intuition.
She said you have to buy local honey. Buy local honey from local beekeepers.
I totally
That's the way
agree.
to do it.
Yeah. Yep. So that's it. But you feel good now, right?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Is there a time where you would try more to see what it did?
Yeah, I'll try more if this, if I get out of this, okay?
Oh, I think you'll be fine. I think you just kind of tasted a little bit.
Yeah. So, I'll try a full tablespoon.
For me, when I had it in the mountain, I didn't hallucinate, but lights seemed a bit more vivid. Ooh. And like if I looked at lights, like the lights behind you and looked away, they were still kind of in my vision.
It's just fascinating that the locals are like, yeah, I did it 20 years ago. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, right. And that's what made me even more apprehensive about trying it.
Yeah.
So.
But there's a big market for it.
It seems to be a big market. What's interesting about the market is you cannot increase supply. Supply is supply. So demand can go up, price can go up, but they can't really get more bees to make more honey.
Right. And it's probably something you can't really farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Seems like Turkey is another place where a lot comes from.
Correct.
Gathered by beekeepers braving forests full of bears in the Kakkar Mountains above the Black Sea in Turkey. Their native species of rhododendron flowers produce a potent neurotoxin called grayan toxin, which can affect the nerves, heart, and respiratory system. If bees feed on enough rhododendron nectar, the mud-red honey they produce is said to have a sharp scent, bitter taste, and a trippy high.
Yeah, or it can just make you completely fucking sick at a Kelly and in St. Cloud.
So your brother it seems like your brother had a good beginning of his trip.
Yeah, so he had a sweet spot for about 22 minutes where he's like, this feels pretty good.
And hours of fuck.
He was dry heaving, vomiting. He was sleeping on the floor next to a bucket. He was in rough shape.
This is what the guy says for first-time users.
The high lifts you up and throws you down. Oh, boy.
Yeah, so I think a little bit. I think a little bit is the trick.
Maybe. We'll find out. Maybe a little bit sucks, too. Maybe it's just one of those things like, what are people doing?
Yeah, why are they taking
people
this?
Out there huffing paint,